Hello Year 11, and this is lesson 2 of history this week. We are still looking at germ theory, but we're now looking at how the development of germ theory had an impact on medicine as a whole. So we need to know how Koch's work influenced Pasteur to create vaccines, how one scientist influenced another. So that's our first learning objective today. Our second learning objective is to understand why there was opposition to germ theory at the time. This is quite common. We've looked at opposition quite a lot recently. And finally, we need to assess and evaluate which of the factors, of the Gatwick factors, played a role in the discovery of vaccines. Once again, please pause and have a look at the keywords on the screen now. The first learning objective then is to know how Koch's work influenced Pasteur to create vaccines. So I'd like you to read through the development of the vaccines, which you can see on the screen now. And students aiming for GCSE grade 4, you're developing, could you please identify how Koch helped inspire Pasteur? Secure students who are aiming for a GCSE grade 6, could you explain how Koch's work influenced Pasteur to keep researching and to keep looking for new ideas? And master's students, you're aiming for a 7 or above, could you please explain how Pasteur's vaccine couldn't be opposed, unlike Jenner, due to the work that Koch had undertaken? So Pasteur's work wasn't opposed, Jenner's work was opposed. Could you explain how Koch helped in that situation? Task number 2 is to understand why there was opposition to germ theory. So we're looking at how the work of Pasteur and Koch was actually accepted by the rest of the scientific world. So I'd like you to open and read the document Opposition to Germ Theory, and I would like you to be answering these 6 key questions. So, developing students aiming for a GCSE grade 4, could you please write down the answer to the question on a piece of paper and upload onto class charts? Secure students, so students aiming for a 6, can you complete the question, but could you also explain why does new research cause opposition? This is something we've seen time and time again with Louis Pasteur, but also with Edward Jenner as well. And master's students, could you complete the questions, but could you think about how far do you agree that germ theory caused a revolution in medicine? You might want to think about not just medicine, but also surgery. Take a picture of your completed questions and upload to class charts. And the third learning objective is to assess and evaluate the factors that played a role in the discovery of these vaccines. So we're really looking at comparing the work of Louis Pasteur and Koch and how different Gatwick factors have influenced their discoveries. So I'd like you to open and read the document entitled Factors Affecting Vaccine and have a read through that PDF and pick the most important factor that helped develop vaccines. I would like you to create one flashcard, the most important factor. There's a list of factors on the screen now in the yellow boxes. Each student on their one flashcard, on the back of their card, they're going to do a different task. So developing students, you're going to include an image to summarise the impact that your factor had. Secure students, so you're aiming for a 6, you're going to give the factor a rating out of 10 for how important it was and explain your judgment. And master students, on the back of the card, you're going to evaluate why this factor is the most important in the discovery of vaccines. I'd like you to take a picture of the front of your flashcard as well as the back and upload onto class charts. This is the end of lesson 2 for history this week. So just to remind you, you need to complete the question task and upload onto class charts. Take a picture of your 6 answers and upload onto class charts. And you need to take a picture of your flashcard, both the front and the back, and upload onto class chart. Thank you very much for completing this week's work.